Beautiful humans, welcome to Become Unlimited. This is Jonathan Perez. I am very excited to speak to you about manifestation in the day to day. What does it look like to practically apply the concept, the framework around manifestation? Why is this topic so relevant right now? Because everyone is talking about it, no matter if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, wherever you hang out, or even just going to places wherever you live. It's a constant conversation around manifestation. And I love it because, first and foremost, I think even the fact that we're having these conversations or the reality that people are talking about these things is great. And what I aim to do is share with you my understanding of how to bridge the gap of misunderstanding. And what I mean by that is that I've witnessed and experienced a group of people, and you can include myself in this because I've had to overcome this, and that's why I can speak to it in this way. But I gauge that there is a misunderstanding in how to actually apply the work of manifestation in the day-to-day. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean is that I've spoken to many people, and this includes clients that I've worked with one-on-one, conversations that I've had with friends, or even things that I've seen online. And what I tend to find is that there is a gap in understanding of how to actually get the thing that we want. And what is spoken about out there in the world of social media and things that you can find about manifestation, not all of it, but for the most part, there's this idea that you hold the vision in your mind about what you want and it'll come to you. Now, I agree with that. Like, there's an aspect of truth to what they're saying. However, there's another link to this whole process that I think people miss because it goes into this conditioning that we have as a society around instant gratification and this lethargy that we feel like we don't need to do anything to get what we want. And so the thing I want to say first and foremost is that, of course, we can get what we want effortlessly. And this is where I'm going to draw a distinction that even though you have to do things to get what you want, it doesn't mean you have to struggle. And I think that's where most people get confused, is that when you tell them that, well, if you want something, you're going to have to do something. Oh, then the ego kicks in, the mind kicks in, whatever you want to call that. And it's like, oh, goodness, we have to do stuff. I thought the manifestation was about not doing anything. And I just chill and it's going to come to me. I just want to watch my Netflix and chill. Now, as I said, there's an aspect of truth. So I want to reiterate that I have nothing against this. As a matter of fact, I'm all for it. I'm just really making a distinction here of how to help you understand how to apply these concepts more practically. So think about this. If you have a vision in your mind of wanting to become an author, okay, and you have the vision, you hold the vision, and you start to tune into how it would feel if that reality had already happened, then you would hold that, and all of a sudden you start to feel energized, like, wow, it's actually possible for me. That's a first step. If you can feel the possibility, step number one. The next thing is, okay, if you have the vision of writing a book, you tell me, what's the likelihood that the book already written and printed in hardcover or paperback, whatever you see, is just going to fall in your lap while you're watching Netflix? There it is. And so we get conditioned based on what we see online that all you have to do is have the thought of what you want and it's just going to come to you. Meanwhile, the person that understands that, practically speaking, well, yeah, no, I have the vision in my mind, but I understand that I'm going to have to take daily action to actually write the book, to research, to put this together, to put whatever I want to write together and then put it out in the world. So while the person watching Netflix waiting for this to fall out of the sky is sitting there complaining because it's not happening, the other person understands logically and practically speaking that they can hold the vision for their future and understanding that they can take daily action towards it. And as a matter of fact, they have to. And that's the distinction I really want to make here for you, is that if you have a big vision, yes, hold the vision in your mind of what you want. And know that you have to get practical and think, okay, what are the actions that I would need to take to achieve that? So working with the book example, if I have the vision of writing the book and being an author, I have to get really honest and think and say, okay, well, I'm going to have to sit down and write. So How much do I write a day? How much do I want to get done per week? This is where that part of our mind that is analytical is helpful. It's helpful for us because we can plan and we can work through things. That's what it's supposed to be used for. And so, practically speaking, again, what you're going to manifest usually when you have the vision for something and you become a vibrational match for it, what that means is that are you imagining your energy for having that? More on that in another episode. I want to break that down too. But what we will manifest are opportunities. When we manifest opportunities, then comes the need for action. Any action. Sometimes things do feel really effortless. And for example, you hold the vision, you're connecting with people, and all of a sudden, using the book example, you get a knock on your door and it's the publisher that wants to publish your book, that wants to give you the book deal, but you don't even know. And then you might be on the couch and thinking, nah, it's supposed to just come to my lap. But all you had to do was take an action, get up, move your body to the door and open the door, and then you would have received the opportunity, right? And then once you receive the opportunity, that's actually guiding you towards the next steps that you need to do to manifest what you want. So next steps would be, okay, I have the book deal. Now I have to sit down and write. I have to do the editing, et cetera, et cetera. Now, here's the thing, is even if you understand that you have to take day-to-day actions to manifest what you want, then you start to realize that, wait, well, how would I feel when I have the book done and launched? Maybe there's joy, gratitude, inspiration, passion. If we can understand that we don't have to wait for the book to be published or launched or finished to feel those emotions, then we can actually have fun in the process while we do that. Because we start to understand, well, I know it's going to get done. I just have to take the daily actions towards it. And can I understand that I don't have to wait for the book to be published to feel the emotions of it? Yeah, like how would I feel if I already had done it? Wow. So then the day-to-day actions, if you understand that, this is why it's so important every day. Tune into the vision, remember where you're headed, feel the way it would feel, and then you get inspired to take the action towards it. But the people that are so involved, or not even involved, it's not the right word probably, so caught up with the instant gratification, the lethargy, the laziness underneath needing to do something. Instead of taking daily action steps, they're there complaining. They're calling people saying this manifestation stuff doesn't work. Why hasn't it happened yet? And that in and of itself is taking that person further away, because now their energy is in a state of victimization and complaining. So there's a lot of layers to this, as you can imagine, but what I wanted to really break down in summary here is that when you have a vision for the future, you have a vision for what you want to manifest, it's not enough to just have the thought of it. And a lot of content out there tells you all you have to do is think of it, and then it's just going to come to you. You don't have to do anything. All you get to do is sit on your couch and it's just going to happen. And this is why there's so many scams out there, so many things that will teach this, and people grasp on it because it's based on that instant gratification culture that we've been fed. And so I want to tell you that manifestation, the law of attraction, all of that stuff is beautiful and it's real. And you have to understand that we have to take steps, daily steps towards becoming that which we want. So work with any example, right? Any example of someone who's manifested or created something that they once just had a vision of it. They had the vision and they felt the emotion of what it would feel like when they would get there, but they would not complain. They would take daily steps towards that in that same energy. So have the vision in your mind for what you want, but I also want you to consider, okay, what are the daily steps I can take today to help me move towards that while I hold on to the feeling of what it will feel like when I get there? And this is when we play the long game, because it might take a couple years or whatever to get there, but it doesn't matter because you're so connected to that future, to that vision, and you're simply inspired and excited to take action every day. So that's what I want for you. And that's what I've discovered for myself. I have a big vision for what I want, but I also have to get real and understand that I have in this place, this three-dimensional place that we live in, we have to move and we have to do things to actually create the things that we want, to create the opportunities that we want. And so that's where, without even getting into all of the mechanics of it, without needing to go deeper into the metaphysical aspect of it. I'm trying to make this really practical for you to understand that whatever you have as a vision, understand that you can hold the vision and then take daily steps to actually get you there. And it's the becoming, it's the journey that it's up to you to enjoy. All right, my friends, thank you for listening. Let me know your thoughts. Please share this with someone who needs to receive this message. If you're interested in going deeper, I do serve clients one-on-one, so you can reach out to me directly if that's of interest to you. Lots of love. Until next time.